Right. Please confirm if you can hear me very well.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Let's just wait a little more minute for others to join in here. We'll kick off exactly 5:10. We'll kick off. Is the music too loud? Okay. Five ten exactly. We are kicking off. Check if my network is lagging too. If I'm speaking, is it hanging? Exactly 5:10. We are kicking off. 5:10 exactly. 2 more minutes and I will kick off. All right. Welcome everybody. Please, if you can hear me very well, please indicate in the chat so I can know. If you can hear me, indicate in the chat, please, so I can check my audio before we continue here. Please indicate in the chat if you can hear me properly. Oh yes, great, great. All right, we are going to kick off here and we'll be discussing cryptocurrencies today with the latest movement and the spike of currencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and the rest of them. We are going to be looking at their charts today to see where this current market movement is heading to, what we need to see in the nearest times, in a few months to come, in a few days to come, in a few years possibly also to come. So that is the reason for this webinar today. But firstly, I will want us to talk about the head of them, which is Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is actually the head of all cryptocurrencies at the moment. So that is what we're going to be talking about here today. We've been seeing recently, a few weeks ago, some huge sell-offs on Bitcoin. People actually having very huge panics. Oh, I'm losing my money, this, that, this, that. So we're going to be looking at that overall from December of last year. I think from 14 December, Bitcoin has been on the bull run towards the current date, which you find ourselves, which you can see from here, December 12th to 20 towards 24th April here today. Bitcoin have already done a 252% movement to the upside. 252% from December 12th last year to 24th of this month, 2021. So, and there's what we've seen in the psychology of Bitcoin movement here, right? Looking at this, you see a huge move to the upside. This is actually on a very huge move to the upside. And basically, I do advise people before you. Okay, I'm going to meet everybody right here now. All right, we're going to continue. We've been on this bull run in Bitcoin since last year, and a lot of people actually invested their money in Bitcoin, and currently many are also in panics, saying we're losing our money, we're doing this, we're doing that. So we're going to be talking about that today too. We've seen this huge sell-off over the few weeks on Bitcoin, and it has had a psychological movement for some time since last year. Actually, from the 12th of December of last year, we saw 136% bullish run to the upside, and also we got a correction of that bullish run, about 29% correction. So people who bought, okay, let me put up something here. I think something I can use here. So we saw this movement here to the upside. People bought Bitcoin at this point. There was a 29% sell-off also, and another bull run came up. Another sell-off came up. This is actually a psychological movement of Bitcoin, right? So this is what we're going to be looking at here today. We saw the first movement about 136. We saw a sell-off from the bull run. We saw a 29%, 30% sell off on Bitcoin, which kicked off again. A new bull run came. We saw about a 76% taken by the bulls, and also a correction, right? We got a 23, 24% correction, and that bull run came, the same thing happening. So right now we are getting a correction of the few months bullish run. We had about 24% bull run, 24, 25% bull run, and we are actually currently getting a correction of that, and we are currently on 24, 23% correction towards that. So that is something we have to put at the back of our minds at this point. So what are you hoping towards the Bitcoin you have? The Bitcoin you're holding, are you actually in a panic sales at this point? What are you actually having in mind towards? So I will pull up something here called a circle chart, a psychological circle chart of cryptocurrencies adaptation by people. So I'm gonna pull that up here. Let me find it. It actually shows what happened in Bitcoin, in cryptocurrencies a few years ago, how people actually reacted to this um, market, and how likely it is going to happen again at this point. So I'm getting that to put it up here. Okay, okay, hold on. I'm coming, please. Hold on. I'm trying to get it here. If you have any cryptocurrencies you've bought lately, you need any analysis on, put it in the chat. So we'll open it, we'll look at them. We will have a full analysis on them to understand exactly what they are up to in the few months to come, in the few days to come, and also give our recommendations towards what you're holding. I'm loading this up here. I'm trying to get this circle chart. It's going to explain for us exactly what and how this particular bearish momentum is going to affect the market, what people think about this, and what is going to actually happen next. Definitely, people always ask, is this current movement to the upside, is it finished? We are getting all this whole sell-off in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, and all other altcoins. What is actually really going on? I've been getting a lot of questions. In my own opinion, I will tell you the bull run is not over yet. So this is it here. You can see my screen, right? This is called the circle charts. Circle chart of the psychology of people who actually are investing in cryptocurrencies. The takeoff stage, the first sell-off, the media attention, enthusiasm, the public, the greed, the illusion, the paradigm, and currently, from analysis, we are currently on the grid stage. We are currently on the grid stage. So now the question is, how long will this stage hold? We are currently at this grid stage. We've passed this stage where the public was enlightened. I think this happened last year during the COVID-19. The media attention, if you had or if you saw, if you read news, you get a lot of news on cryptocurrencies. Then I think there was a sell-off. This actually happened during the first early stage of COVID-19. We all saw the crash in cryptocurrencies, which is actually the stage we saw last year. The media adaptation, enthusiasm, people actually looking towards, okay, what is actually this currencies? What are they about? The public adaptation. Then we saw a huge investment in cryptocurrencies, which is actually where we call the grid stage at this point. So, and we're heading towards this peak before there will be a total crash towards the downside. So that the question is, when will this crash happen? Currently, is the bullish run over? No, it is not. We are actually not even closer towards the peak here, the evaluation stage where people actually get towards, okay, let's say, what is all this we are actually getting? Because the money is huge here. What is going on here? People begin to fear at this point, and the market will definitely pull down towards the downside and repeat its cycles, right? Because price action generally always repeats itself. There is no how it will keep moving up and it will never get a correction, right? Just like what happened to the US oil last year, we saw a huge crash on the US oil down towards 0 1. It was actually what, zero last year during the COVID-19. So that is actually what happened once it has to do with the market at this point. So currently we are at the growth stage. We are looking forward getting towards this peak, and I'll keep this webinar on, giving us a lot of news on when exactly we are going to be getting this huge drawdown towards the downside, so that we don't have to be in this particular drawdown when it happens. But for now, I keep advising people, what you are getting now is just a correction of all those movements to the upside, right? Because think of it this way, people, um, um, you build a three-story building, you can't just put the staircase just in a straight line, right? You can't do that. A staircase has to go what, gradually, step by step. There is no straight line to the upside. So definitely we'll get all these pullbacks for momentum to continue to the upside, right? So that brings us to our lesson today. We're going to be discussing firstly on Bitcoin. Bitcoin, what do we expect from Bitcoin in the next few weeks? We are seeing this. Okay, let me zoom this over here. Let me put this off. So Bitcoin is actually on a very strong support area. which we are actually hoping towards anytime soon. Now, one thing about the price action is that whenever we see a higher time frame candle actually rejecting a zone, right? Rejecting a zone, definitely we are having a hope. We are having a new mindset towards the price of that particular currency. So Bitcoin currently is um, rejecting the $48,000 level, and after that we'll get another drop towards 44,000. So currently, if you are holding Bitcoin, the area which we are looking for to say, okay, if Bitcoin should fall towards this area, we need to be careful at that point is towards 44,000 area. But for now, as long as we keep rejecting this 51, 49, 48 area, we are looking forward to the end of this bearish correction. All right, so we are looking forward at this point. It can do a kind of movement in this manner. This is what I'm expecting to see from Bitcoin in a few weeks, in few days. Actually, when the momentum comes, it comes really, really very huge. So seeing a sell-off towards this area here, candles closing, respecting this area here, and when we get a candle forming this way towards this area here, when we see something like this happen at this point, this is a very, very great signal to say Bitcoin is actually going towards to retest all this correction it have done and possibly make a new high. So I need to see something around here in this area or in this area here and expecting the next candle to just continue up this way. It wouldn't just happen in one day, it won't happen in 1 week. It can take actually months, it can take weeks according to the momentum that we have. But if we can get the bullish momentum we had from this area here, we can be able to pull this up in less than actually 3 weeks. So currently on Bitcoin, I'm expecting bulls to actually come back to the market in less than no time because the correction is already huge and we are looking forward actually people being fully liquidated. Actually, the Bitcoin holders have gotten a 9 billion liquidity over the few weeks of this Bitcoin drop towards this area here. So I suggest you still hold a Bitcoin at this point and we will get a correction towards 48, 49 or possibly towards 44,000. And we'll make, and one thing about this whole thing is that whenever we make a huge bearish correction, there will be even times three bullish movement to the upside. So definitely we'll break all these highs here. I will make a new high towards 70,000, 75, 80. People ask me, will Bitcoin reach 100K this month, this year? I don't know, but we are all hoping towards that. So wherever we find it at any point is what we're taking. So let's look at Ethereum, the second currency to Bitcoin. We're looking at Ethereum. Ethereum have been looking very, very good in the past few days. Ethereum has been rejecting the 2000 level and we are hoping towards a continuous movement. Now, from the huge drop sell-off in Bitcoin, Ethereum has actually disrespected the move in Bitcoin and is actually moving on its own. And I think other altcoins are going to be influenced by the movement of Ethereum here very soon. We saw a drawdown towards 2001, towards 2000, and all these huge rejections, right? Whenever we see rejection in candles, it actually signifies that the market is rejecting all those prices. See, all these huge rejections. This current daily candle came and it's also rejecting this area here. So all this whole movement here is showing that okay, Ethereum is actually rejecting the 2000 level and is heading towards where it made a high at this point. So we are actually hopeful on that. All markets is looking to the upside, so there is no fear. I will advise you keep what you have and don't panic and sell off. Right? We got let me zoom off here. Let me zoom in here. So from let's measure this bull run here. We got a 78% bull run and we got a correction towards that by 34%. Overall, we got another bullish run towards 94% and also a correction. So you see, it keeps going up, correct, up, and definitely to correct. So there is no need for you to panic when you see your money decreasing in value, right? Overall time, I advise if you want to invest in cryptocurrencies, invest and leave your money there for some time, right? Do not use the money you actually hope on. Okay, I have a business I'm supposed to do next week. Let me put my money in Bitcoin to see if actually I can get a double of that. No, don't do that. If you're doing that, you're definitely being on the rich side of investing in cryptocurrencies. So, secondly, I will be talking about, sorry, thirdly, actually, I'll be talking about Doge. Dogecoin, people have been calling me Dogecoin, Safe Moon, this, that. Firstly, we we have a particular mindset, which is a good one concerning cryptocurrencies. Why are you investing in cryptocurrencies when you do not know exactly what these coins are meant for, right? Are they having any good use cases? For an example, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency that actually you can do anything all over the world with it. You can make payments, you can buy goods, you can do everything because it's actually fully accepted. People actually accept Bitcoin to say, okay, I'll take Bitcoin as a payment form, or I can use it as I can sell my. Let's assume I'm a car dealer. I can say, okay, you want to buy a car from me? You can pay me in Bitcoin, right? But now if you walk up to a car dealer this morning and say, I'm going to buy a car and I have Dodge, right? I have a cryptocurrency called Dodge and it's worth 10 million naira and I want to buy a car with it. I can tell you out of 10% of car dealers, only one will say yes to you, right? But when it comes to Bitcoin, the 10 of them will actually accept Bitcoin as a form of payment. So that actually means that it has a huge use case, right? So Dodge, what is Dodge? What did they say about Dodge? Dodge is a currency that was formed earlier um, over the years, and the creator actually said it was a joke coin, right? It was a joke coin, something that is meant to liven up the crypto market when it was crashing almost down to anything we can actually assume then. So this person actually created Dogecoin in form of a joke coin, like it will liven up the market, a joke like fun, something you can have fun with, something that will create a lively environment, right? And it was actually meant to stay about 1 or 2 weeks. A coin that even the creator said, okay, that he was not even sure the coin will last more than 1 week, right? But definitely people actually started adapting to the cryptocurrency market. Any coin they hear they say this, they will actually put their money in. And as long as money is coming into that market, it will keep staying over time. So what is my advice towards buying Dodge? Number one, I am not giving any financial advice. Number one, it's all up to you. I mean, it's all up to you. If you want to invest in Dodge, right? Dodge is a currency which you will actually uh, um, capitalize on the movement, right? It's not a currency I see for it to hold a long time, for 5 years, for 10 years. No, it's a coin you will invest overnight, secure profit, and leave the market, right? Let's assume you have a 1 million naira to invest in Dogecoin, and you see you've been sure that Doge is going to move from 35 cents towards $1 over the night, right? When this move happens, please secure your profit, right? Pull out your capital, leave your profit to run, or even pull out a percentage of your profit and leave the rest to run, because at this point you know that okay, if anything happens to it, nothing actually I'm losing over here. So Dogecoin is not a full coin that has a use case, right? It doesn't have any much value to the market. And when people actually realize that, okay, I can do absolutely nothing with this coin, you will see a huge sell off. Actually, these coins are moving with no fundamentals, nothing. They are just being pushed by the bulls in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So you wouldn't want to be holding that for a long time. So it's all up to you. If you want to invest in that, you can do so, but make sure that on the long run, do secure whatever you've made in that cryptocurrency. That brings me to SafeMoon. For SafeMoon, I will tell you straight to the point, do not invest in that. Number one, there is no value in it. It doesn't actually show any trading value. The people who owns it, they said they will actually reward you for holding the coin, right? This coin you can't trade it, you can't exchange it to something else. You can only buy and hold, and they'll pay you interest. I don't understand. So how are you making your money, right? Basically, you are paying people by the money other people invest in the market. That is what it is. So I don't advise SafeMoon totally off. SafeMoon is out of the game here. So let's look at XRP. Over the few weeks, we saw a spike on XRP and also a huge um, dipping and retracement. So from where the bull started, um, we saw a 234.35% increase in XRP, right? From April 4 of this year, we saw a movement to the upside over 200%, right? Over 200%, and currently we are getting a retracement of that, and we are actually on 43%. So I've been wondering, why are people actually in this huge panic? What is going on here? I don't understand. We saw a 200% in bulls, and we are only getting 34% retracement for market to continue moving to the upside, and people are actually selling off their coins in panic. No, it doesn't work that way, right? So currently, looking at Ripple is sitting in this strong rejection area here towards 8 cents. We saw a move towards 1.9. It didn't hit $2. We actually expected that to happen. Just a little move to $2, right? Not even up to two pipes move to $2, but actually we saw a huge ejection, and since then it's been falling towards the downside. But now there is a very good indication that Ripple might be on a somersault level at this point, right? Let me remove this here. So there is this candle that actually gives us a very good hope on XRP. This candle here actually came all the way down here towards 0.8, rejected and closed as a green candle. Though it's closed with a little body here, but this actually shows um, a huge hope on Ripple that we're actually going to get the next bull run towards Ripple, right? So, but we need to keep an eye towards this 0.8 level, which over the few rejecting 0.8, and we are sitting at $1 at this point. So Ripple, actually, when we get a retracement here, we'll be able to actually continue to the upside. I need to see candles forming in this manner in Ripple. Let's put this up here. All right, I need to see a candle close here. Oh, no, this is supposed to be a red. Hold on. Yes. All right, if you see a candle closing here in this manner here, as long as this candle did this rejection here, we need to see a new candle forming at this point. Whenever this happens, just as I said in Bitcoin, there will be a huge continuous movement, right? Remember, we are on this trend to the upside, and whenever we see this happen towards this area here, we need to keep an eye on this area. If we get any candle closing below here, below this blue line here, we actually coming back towards 0.5, 0.4, and eventually down to where we actually kicked off the bull run. So on Ripple, we are actually looking positive to the upside. There is no panic. I will advise you to hold your coins, and let's watch where the market moves in the few weeks to come, right? Last week was bullish, this week is bearish, and let's see what Monday will hold. With a lot of fundamentals coming on Ripple, the court cases looking positive on the owners of Ripple, and the SEC is actually losing out on this. It will actually give it a huge bump. So Ripple is a currency I would advise anybody to actually invest anything you have, right? That you're not willing to use in a little time. Ripple is a very good cryptocurrency that has a huge use case. Banks, financial industries, hedge funds, institutions, they are actually going to be invested in this currency because it will aid in their own businesses, right? So if you have that coin, and you leave it for about a year, 2 years, imagine Ripple hitting 20, $30 in less than 1 year, right? You're actually going to be making times 3 or 5 of what you've actually invested. So let's look at, I'm rushing it over here because I don't have much time. Let's look at Tron. Tron is a currency I'm actually having a lot of hope, though my hopes are actually much huge on Ripple than it is on Tron. Though Tron is very good to invest to, it actually mostly it will help the entertainment industries, right? A lot of I think that's what it's all about. But the world actually today has been taking over entertainment, a lot of videos, so it will actually help them in these industries, and there's a lot of money to be made in Tron, right? So it is something that will gets a huge movement again whenever this bull run returns, right? It's sitting at the same level, almost at Ripple, almost the same pattern as Ripple. We got a bullish run from here, about a 190, 200%, 205% bullish run, and we've gotten so far a 41 or to 49% correction in this whole move, right? So we are still looking at towards this 0.1 level to say, okay, what is Tron actually going to do, right? So this level is where we are actually having our hope at this point. We are looking forward to what the next trading week is going to bring. By Monday, the markets will open, and basically from the fundamentals we've been seeing currently on crypto this weekend, next week is looking positive a little bit. So that let's look at market cap here. We've actually been sitting on a $1 trillion market cap in cryptocurrencies. Um, Bitcoin sitting at 50 today, Ethereum at 2,251, Binance Coin. Yeah, Binance Coin is another one, but I won't be doing the analysis today because I don't have much time, right? So Binance Coin is another one we'll be looking at. If you actually have some money to invest, Binance Coin is actually heading towards $1,000. I'm pretty sure of that one. In few months, in few years, Binance Coin is actually going to be gaining a very huge um, spike to the upside, right? So that is the Binance Coin is there. Ripple, ADA, that's another one. Cardano, right? Cardano is looking positive. Actually, in my next webinar, which will come possibly within the week, this coming week, I'll be talking about BNB, ADA. I will talk more on Dodge and also on Litecoin, right? Please, people who are holding Bitcoin Cash, I don't know, it's been looking comfortable, though we got some retracement on it few um, days before today. Chainlink is another one. We'll be talking about that in our next webinar we'll be having here. So for today, my main aim for this webinar here is concerning Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and Tron, right? My basic advice for you to buy is Ripple. Buy Ripple because since we are sitting at this point here, I'm seeing a huge retracement at this point. We can't sell off more than what we've actually sold off at this point. We can't sell off more than this 50% sell off here, and we are actually going to. Actually, what is happening here is that buyers are gaining momentum, right? It's just what is called a break and retest in price action, right? Whenever we get a break, there must be a retest for price to continue going up to where it's supposed to actually go. Let me explain that with this here. Um, Over here we got a break, from this area here, which is a very strong resistant area. This candle broke and we got a huge move to the upside. There must be a retest to the area of breakout, right? Now this area here is the area of breakout. What happens after this? When this retest is happening here and we get a new confirmation of continuation, right? We'll continue from here and we'll move all the way up to create. Definitely, if this should happen, we'll break these highs here and we'll create a new highs on Ripple. Same thing happens to Tron at that point, right? So my advice is if you have Ripple, hold on it. If you have Tron, hold on it. If you have money to buy more at this lows at this point, because I am seeing no further retracement on Ripple and Tron for price to continue moving up. Currently, Ethereum is going to make a new high by next week. I'm quite sure of that. We are coming towards 2.6 or 2.8 or 3,000 by next week. Before basically next week closes, we'll be sitting around 2.6 to 2,000 2.8 actually. So let's see what happens at that point. So if you have any question, we just have 1 minute or less than 1 minute to end this webinar here. If you have any question, put it in the chat and we can talk about that. Thanks, Mr. Ernest, for this opportunity. Please, I'm currently holding SXP Cake, Niche TRX, and Dogecoin. Would love to know your analysis on them. Thanks so much. Okay, I've talked about Dogecoin. Dogecoin is something you need to actually be very careful on, secure your profits. If you've made anything so far, secure it, but don't be too fast to sell your Dogecoin right now because the next bull run is going to actually affect Dogecoin. But whenever the bull run is over, have this in mind, whenever it's over, Doge is going to crash down towards almost nothing, right? So be careful with that and secure your capital there. So TRX, I've talked about that. I'm looking forward a new bullish momentum there, and we're going to be seeing that very soon. On a SXP cake, all right, I'll look at that and I'll give you a personal feedback. I've not looked at that for some time, so I'll need to study that and I'll let you know. So I have just a few seconds to end this. So this will be recorded. If you need it, message me. I will send it to you for further references. All right, thank you for everybody for coming here today. Next week I'm holding another webinar and it will stay very much longer. Next week we'll talk about a lot. Have your questions, have your ideas available, and we'll have that done. All right, everybody have a wonderful evening and thanks so much for joining.